Alright, welcome back everybody. So today's project, very simple. We're cutting a bunch of holes. So today we're going to be cutting and kind of prepping the new fenders for the car. So instead of trying to fix the fenders that are damaged and deal with all that mess and then get them painted and all that, I just bought a set of new fenders, really cheap. They fit right, whatever. So I bought a new set of fenders, and we're going to wrap the car because I also have a bumper that's coming in to solve the issue that I have going on up front. So I'll have a bumper coming in, and I have the two new fenders. Obviously, those are not painted to my car. In order to paint that to my car, you're going to have to paint the front bumper. It has to blend into the hood, and then also when you paint the fenders, you have to blend into the doors. I was quoted a lot, so instead of painting, I'm going to wrap the whole car. We're going to do a completely different color, new wheels, all that. We'll have a nice new refresh for 2024. I'm tired of looking at this thing and looking at it like a piece of crap because that's what it looks like. I just replaced the wheel bearing, so finally when I accelerate, my wheel it doesn't try to shake my hands off of it. Yeah, so I think this is the best representation. Yeah, bad dookie wheel bearing. So this whole assembly has to come off because these actually get pressed in and out of the hub, so that's fun. So here's one side of the fender. So I got this all nice. I'll have to get a new one of these, but that's not a big deal. They're like $5. So brand new fender. It's already primered, so I don't really have to worry about it rusting or anything like that, which is good. I was scared I was going to have to primer it myself. But what we're actually going to be installing are these fender vents over here. So I actually was given these as a birthday present, and they go right down underneath here like that. Obviously they'll be inset in and all that stuff, but we're gonna have to cut open this little section over here so that way it actually bleeds through, and when I get new fender liners I'll cut a little passageway up and we'll just pull air out. It's kind of more of looks over function. It's going to function, yes, but not as much as like something like a track car would have massive vents on their fenders. I don't really need it. I just think it looks cool and it's a new refresh, so why not do something new? So I'm going to get some cardboard and I'm going to make a template of pretty much this section up, and I'm going to have to make it smaller. That way we can actually have a lip on the outside so that way it sits on the fender correctly. So we'll mess with that some. I'm going to create a template. I do have a friend who's on the way. He's going to bring some tools because I don't have the ability to do that. I bought a crap ton of masking tape. We're just going to mask it off, do a bunch of measurements, use the template, and basically just do some fun stuff. Also, hopefully on the docket today is these bad boys, which I got. Again, they serve no purpose other than just they look cool. These are gonna go right here on the door. No, just kidding. These are going back here on the bumper, so I'll have one here, one there. So I've seen it only on one car before, which just so happens to be this same color car. When 500 Madness first got into the Fiat and they were doing a bunch of stuff, they had a cover car and their cover car had something like this. So I think it would just be cool to have on there, but we'll see if I actually get to that today.
This thing is so hard to get an even line on it.
Also, your shaky ass hands.
Well, yeah, I know.
Well, it's too late to go back now. We're full commit at this point. Shoot this thing.
Look how that come through.
That looks better. Don't cut my work. What did you do to my workhorse?
Jizzed on it.
Stop.
You know I can't help myself.
Shut up. All right, so we got these nice and cut out, and they fit, the pieces fit really nice on the inside. They're a little snug, but that's okay. That's what we want.
That's okay.
Shut up. Where'd the other one go? Same with here. So you can see kind of how this is going to look. This one's cut out as well.
It's going to look somewhat like that.
Bro, you are the worst. So those are set. Obviously, like I said, I'm not installing these yet because these are going to get wrapped a separate color than the fenders. So it's just easier for my guy to wrap them separately as opposed to try to wrap that on top of this. It's not a girl. But it's not. I know exactly who's wrapping my car. So now we're coming back here and we're working on the little bumper cutouts. So I have this side at least all figured out and straight and all that stuff. The tape doesn't look straight, but I promise you the circles are straight. I have the center hole kind of eyeballed, lined up with the outside fin on the diffuser, and it actually gives a good spacing in between the two. They're not too close, they're not too far. So it looks good. We're gonna cut these open. There's nothing behind it besides a crash bar. So at the end of the day, I could take the bumper off and paint the crash bar if I really wanted to. So there's just the crash bar back there, and that's it. I just cut the holes, and then once the holes are cut, we'll make sure this fits right. We'll drill the holes for the rivets, and then it'll get bolted in. This should be the easiest project. The fenders was somewhat okay, but
Okay.
I gotta put this in a video. All right, so as you can hear, Morgan's cutting the rest of the holes on the passenger side. I cut all the driver's side holes just for a rough hole cut. We're gonna go back and smooth them out later. I'm currently getting drill bits because I need to drill the mounting holes for all the little inset screws. Really simple, just put it back up there, mark the holes, and just drill them all the way through. These are not a riv nut design. This is literally, like, I'm not even kidding you, a universal set off of like Amazon. So they're not actually riveted in. It's a screw with a lock washer on the other side, like a rubber gasket nut on the other side. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but super simple. I mean, it goes through the bumper and then you just screw it together. So I'm not, I don't have some expensive rear bumper thing. It's completely universal, and most kits are like that anyway. There's not one specific for certain cars unless it's already pre-put in your bumper if you get an aftermarket bumper. So finishing that up, that'll actually be on the car because that'll be, you know, it's not something that needs to be wrapped. And so those will be on the car. Those will look all nice and fancy, and then I mean, I think it's gonna look pretty cool, so I'm excited to see it.
About 2 1/4.
Well, that also slopes up, by the way.
Yeah, it starts sloping up right about here.
Well, they're in.
It's about 2 1/4.
And they honestly look kind of good. Like,
Hey, that's dead even.
They're
the exact same.
I wasn't sure about it, but after having them here, damn. That's kind of, I like that. It actually looks really, really good. And that'll work with the wrap too. So those, I mean, those can just come right off. It'll get wrapped. More than likely, I mean, obviously this crash bar underneath will get cleaned, and then I'll have my wrap guy wrap this a flat black. That way it's kind of just harder to see back there. But man, that looks really freaking good. Definitely aggressive, makes the rear end much more aggressive, even with the as much of an aggressive diffuser I have.
Makes it faster too.
Makes it faster, less drag. Totally how that works. It's totally just for looks.
Yeah.
These will get sent off to the wrap shop along with these, and he's actually just going to hold on to them for now because I need to get a couple other things situated with the car. Like, I got to go pick up the bumper and a few other things before we send it off to the wrap shop. New wheels eventually. We're going silver.
Yes.
So we're going silver because I think it's going to complement the wrap colors that I'm looking at right now. Now, one thing I may or may not bring back is I might bring back the T-Jet stripes. We'll see how it looks without them and the wrap. And maybe I'll rock them, maybe I won't. Because for some people, they don't realize that it's a T-Jet. The roof, actually, we're going to keep in the black family. I think I'm going to do a satin, not a gloss or a matte. We're going to do a satin roof. And then this will get wrapped as well into the rest of that. So that'll keep that little bit of accent color here on the top because I really like the black roof with the copper color. So the next color I think will look good with another black roof as well. The vents will get wrapped. It's okay.
You're getting a raise.
The vents are going to get wrapped the matte black or the satin black as well to match. And then the fenders obviously will get wrapped in the same color as the car. No, I'm not going to be a phony and wrap them fake carbon fiber. I already saw some people ask me to do that, and I told them no. New bumper, no, this will not be going back on because it's not necessary anymore considering my intake is down there. Next project on...
Shit, I was trying to make it louder.
It was already loud enough as it was. Next project on the list, I have the new LED strips on order, so they should be here within the next few weeks. I will be splicing this harness, making my new turn signals for the front. I'll be using this bumper just as a judge so that way I can make the brackets, and then it'll get transferred over to the new bumper. And we're on a roll. There's not much left to do after wrap and everything like that. I might have something cooking with Doto over in Italy. He said he had a project that he was working on he wants me to take part in. We'll see what that has to do with the car. And then eventually by the end of the year, I would like to have a built motor, pistons, rods, all that, just so that way we can really push the T-Jet to what it's actually capable of doing. Currently with the stock bottom end that has 103,000 miles, I'm not...
Shit out of luck.
yeah, just a little bit. I can't push much more than what I'm doing right now. We are doing some more custom exhaust work in the future. That does require some more cutting of the car, but I'm not going to tell you where it's getting cut yet. You guys are just going to have to stick around and find out. But anyway, that's going to wrap up today's stuff. If you like what you see, stick around, subscribe, like, send it to your friends, and I'll put a linky to his little Instagram page. You can check out his nice little built 3-valve down in the comments. Just a little something that he's got. So you guys can check him out. But anyway, you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.